What's up, guys? What is up? We are back in another episode of Ark Survival Evolved, and today marks the release of, I believe, version 2.14, which added about 4 main things, at least to my knowledge. Building on the backs of plesiosaurs, brought to you by the Plesiosaur Platform Saddle, the Ballista Turret and its bolts, and elevators as well, which I started fiddling with a little bit. And also, one of the 4th big thing here is actually folders, where you can actually do shit with folders. So like here, we'll just start off with folders, because this is pretty easy. Enter folder name, Ballista Stuff. Except your inventory now has folders. Before, your craftable menu had folders that you could use, but that was only for however long. Now though, you can actually do it like this, and then I could go ahead and be like, okay, I want to keep track of these special items, like maybe do not forget these items. Like you can make a folder called important, and then you could just make sure never to throw them out and keep stuff in there. So for example, this ballista turret's pretty important, and these bolts will go into resources for whatever reason. Boom, got the bolts under resources, we can take them back out. And under important, we have our ballista turrets, so it makes organization a lot easier in your inventory, and that's actually a very big thing. This is something that kind of made sense since there was always the craftable menus, and now we got inventory menus. Anyways, let's go ahead and begin with none other than the Plesiosaur Saddle. Actually, let's begin with it. Anyways, if we can go ahead and throw this bad boy. We don't actually have to throw it in our slot. I'm stupid. I went ahead. Let's hand ourselves a Plesiosaur here. You can see the majestic beauty. Level 52. No saddle. I'm going to go ahead. Throw this Plesiosaur Platform Saddle on his... her back. And bada bing, bada boom. Look at what we got. We got ourselves a nice little platform we can begin building on. So, without further ado, let's hop onto this Plesiosaur, and you can see this is how we ride it. There's a saddle on top of the platform, and it's quite the large kind of area we have to work with. It is appears to be about similar size to the Bronto, potentially smaller. So we're going to go ahead. I actually have a bunch of resources back at base, and I mean quite a lot. We're going to go ahead and bring those towards our Bronto. And begin doing a little bit of work with that if we don't get beached here. Did we just get beached? Hello? Okay, that was almost bad. We almost actually just got beached. Dumb rocks. Anyways, bring him as much inland as possible. I'm going to go ahead, get ourselves some stuff, and I'll show off building on his back. And so I got myself a decent amount of building supplies. We got some metal foundations, metal ceilings, a door frame, and wall, so we'll be able to craft a relatively basic house here. So, without further ado, let's begin by doing that and throwing this shit over in the corner. We're not even going to go for the corner. We should actually begin by doing it in the middle so we could do a 3x3 if that makes sense. So, if we go out this way, line it up with this tail, and let's begin the placement process. I'll show you guys just how big this can get. Alright, there we go. We got the foundations, got this doorway, and as you can see, we got ourselves quite a beautiful little base building on the back. Now, the thing that I'm interested about with this base building is after we finish and we cap it all off and everything, will we actually be able to breathe inside the base? That's kind of the big thing I want to know, because if so, you could literally have an underwater, like the Plesiosaur becomes a submarine, and that's kind of amazing, and I really want to see if that's going to be possible, because that is actually going to be insane. And I'm not going to put in any windows on this Plesiosaur like I did with my Bronto. I'm just going to go for pretty basic little outline here of just walls, and we'll throw some ceilings on top of this. And potentially even try to get the Ballista Turret working on the back of this and shooting some motherfuckers. Now that would be cool. Some underwater shark hunting. You know, might as well utilize this update and not only have a Plesio and building on his back, but also put the Ballista on top of it. So we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll show off the Ballista then. But for now, got ourselves this. Now we must just finish the ceilings. And there we go. Completely encased Plesiosaur building. Now then, the question is, if we take this bad boy underwater, will we be able to breathe inside of this fortress? And god damn it, I need to know that, because that's actually a pretty important question. Because if so, this is a lot more tactical than just a base on the back of a Plesio. It could potentially be an underwater base. So, we'll just go down to some altitude here. We'll swim. Can we swim inside of our base and not be drowning? Unfortunately, no. It's actually quite glitchy underwater, but we actually just glitched through the ceiling, and there's a shark coming. Oh god, run, quick, Plesio, kill the shark. Yeah, so unfortunately, not exactly a submarine, but you can still store this guy underwater and literally have yourself a base that you can surface and have a moving target in the water, and it's pretty cool, you know, potentially being able to pair this with some water rafts and seeing what magic you can perform. And oh god, he's going ham. Jesus Christ. Hello? Oh Jesus, he's well, our Plesio's hauling ass, and oh, we're being attacked by sharks. That's what that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead, swim to shore, and I guess while our Plesio figures out this shit, he seems to be running circles down there. I mean, she should really be helping instead. Oh, okay, there we go. One Megalodon down. Jesus Christ, do you see how fast she is? That is insane. Oh my god, Plesio's or something else. Alright, I think she got the kills, and I think we're good? Yeah? Okay, we are good. I'm gonna go ahead, surface her just a little bit, and let's start working on this Ballista and showing that bad boy off. Got some stats to throw in. This is, I mean, a pretty strong Plesio after all, so might as well make her strong. Let's turn her back around. I think she's actually stuck on this stupid... Yeah, I think she was stuck on that. But yeah, this is our underwater base, so to speak. There we go. Get this stupid body out of there. It's our underwater base, so pretty damn cool. Unfortunately, we can't breathe in it. It would be cool if they added in some sort of machine, maybe like a rebreather or oxygen tank we could put into this and actually have, like, you know, potentially in the future, have us be able to breathe underwater. I know there's scuba gear that helps out a lot, but that's still kind of like, you know, it's not quite, it's kind of like iffy territory. Anyways, let's hop onto the back if we can here. Come on, just let me on. There we go. Let's try doing some ballista magic now that that's done. So, our ballista turret right there, and the 9 bolts we have for it. Can we put the ballista turret on the back? Yes, we can, and oh boy, the ballista turret is quite a large turret to say the least. Look at that. Look at that. Whew. It's even got like a first-person perspective. Now that is cool. However, I do think that we need to load the bad boy. Got to put the bolts into here. And we got ourselves some, and whew, it's hunting season. First things first, let's kind of go closer to shore and see if we can actually, you know, hunt anything on land. But look at that. Now that is massive. Whew. All right, there appear to actually be some sharks here, so let's go ahead, swim out a little bit, and hop onto this ballista underwater. And let's see if this is a possibility, if we can do some work underwater with the ballista. This thing's insane! Look at that! Okay, it didn't kill that guy, unfortunately. It 2-hit him, though. This thing's crazy! Oh my god. And look at this. Since our Plesiosaurus... Oh, he's about to go ham. Okay, so we're just along for the ride at this point. Not much we can do, besides enjoy ourselves while our Plesiosaur hunts. We could try killing it, but these things travel pretty slowly underwater. But hey, it's a viable option whilst underwater, and maybe we could lead the shot a little bit, and yoo-hoo! I think our Plesiosaur technically got accounted with the kill, but in our mind, we did that. So, now, before we start drowning, let's actually resurface a little bit and see if we could do some work on some land animals. But there you go. You saw how strong this thing is, and this is like, you really could do some work with that ballista. Oh boy. Let me get rid of this bloom real quick. So that's kind of making things shinier than they have to be. There we go. Look at that. Now that thing is not only menacing, but it is very, very lethal, and I like to see that. There's actually a Bronto in the distance. We might be able to kind of lead our shot and potentially even hit it from out here. Yeah, I like that, you know. A for effort. Let's try and do it. We gotta be able to climb up there. Okay, I'm gonna do this the lazy way, since we are kind of on our single-player server anyway. There we go. Totally climbed that 100% legitimately. Anyway, we got a Bronto in the distance. He's lining up for the shot. And, let's see. Can we hit it? You can see quite slow traveling, quite a bit of arc. Oh! Look at the damage we did to him. And if we just hit his tail there... Ah, we barely missed that. He should come actually right around and it'll charge right back at us, but something as high... Not high level, but high health as a Bronto, and you could really see the blood damage there. If you get this on the back of your, not mammoth, on the back of your Bronto, this is lethal. And then you could have like some turrets like below, like you could potentially have a raised platform for this guy. Oh, there he is. Now he's coming at us. How cute. He goes down. There we go. Level 4 Bronto down in 2 shots, but something very cool you could do with this is not only, I mean, as you can see, it works very well on the back of a Plesio, and underwater, this does give you a, it's another way of doing a lot of damage underwater, not many ways of doing that. But you could go ahead, get yourself a Bronto, throw this on the back on a raised platform kind of like this, and then on the normal platform have auto turrets, and that way, it's kind of, it becomes very, very strong, to say the least. Now, we're about to go on a wild ride here. So let's just, oh god, Jesus. Okay, goodbye, Plesiosaur. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna handle that, hopefully. And then after he's done, he is handling it, right? Hopefully. He's going crazy. Yeah, but you could get that on the back of your Brontosaur as well. And you could go inland, hunt T-Rexes, and with how much damage that thing does, you would be relatively successful. You could even like surround it in auto turrets and have a generator inside the base and have it on top of the base, the actual ballista. And you got a hunting machine right there. And then they're actually adding another animal that you can build on the back of tomorrow, I believe. It's like the Allosaurus, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's called. Something along those lines. And that's going to be another thing you can build on the back of. And not only that, you could throw that on a raft if the raft has enough room, and you got another way of doing some damage out at sea. So this Ballista Turret, very cool, and I am very excited to see what it can do, because there's going to be some interesting base designs. And of course, you could actually have this on your base. If someone's attacking you, you hop on it, and you could absolutely demolish their dinosaurs with it because of how strong it is. You could also have one just ready to go, like on your Bronto, and you could assault bases, because this thing does a lot of damage to structures as well. I don't know if I could, I mean, we have one more bolt, now we used up all our bolts, but to stone structures and lower, it does actually do quite a bit of damage, making it, not female, medieval. A kind of, not medieval, but kind of the tech tier that it's from, like kind of before you hit the advanced stuff. So if you're playing on a primitive server, this is a way of dealing a lot of damage to stone structures, which is very, very cool. However, that's about it for the Bronto. Let's head on back and show off the final thing from this update, and that being the elevators. And here we are, we're back, and I actually kind of started messing around with it to see how this works, but we got ourselves an elevator track. We actually should, I'm actually going to go ahead and demolish this because it has to be kind of close to the outlets would be better. And can we place this on normal ground? You actually can. You can snap it wherever, really, which is kind of very useful. Or no, it appears that it has to be kind of next to something. You can't really, oh no, no, it does have to be like next to something, like wire. Just anything, so kind of like you could have it next to this. It's like a lot of things. So we'll throw it there, and we'll start hopefully being able to put the elevator. Actually, no, we should have put that. Son of a bitch. Actually, don't know. We should have done it the other way. Hold up. I'm gonna demolish this again. Sorry, we're losing precious tracks, right? And just make sure that we have this. Let's put it here. I just gotta figure out which way it goes out. That's the kind of thing I'm worried about. You just make sure that it goes out the right way so it can be powered correctly. So we start by laying the elevator track, and it will be powered as soon as we turn on the generator, which hopefully has fuel in it still, right? Of course it does. And that will be powered. However, before it gets powered, there's some, we have to actually put a platform on this for us to use. So there are 3 platforms. And also, very quickly, let me go ahead and show you guys what you need for every respective thing. The Bronto Saddle is level 80, crafted in the Schmitty, and is under the saddle section. 680 hide, 405 fiber, 111 metal ingots, 115 silica pearls, and 55 cementing paste. The Ballista is around this tech tier here. I'm not sure. I think that's like 25 to 30, somewhere around there. That's when the Ballista can be crafted, so relatively low level. But that doesn't mean it's easy to craft. It's actually pretty damn difficult. It is 500 wood, not too shabby. 300 metal ingots, okay, that is shabby. And 250 stone, 200 fiber, 100 hatch, and 100 hide. And then the bolts are under the weapons and ammo section. They also are kind of expensive at 1 cementing paste and 10 metal ingots per bolt. So if you want that power, you got to be willing to spend some resources on it. And finally, we have the elevator structures, which are also not exactly cheap. So if we go to elevators, elevator track, 140 metal ingots, 35 polymer, 25 cementing paste, and 20 electronics. And then the 3 platforms, small, medium, and large, which we will all go over in a second. Starting with small, 200 metal ingots, 50 polymer, 40 cementing paste, 400 metal ingots, 100 polymer, 80 cementing paste, and large at 800 ingots, 200 polymer, and 160 cementing paste. So it starts getting kind of expensive, that's for sure. Anyways, we got ourselves these 3 platforms. Let's go ahead, throw those into our hotbar, and we will start doing some work with them. So let's start off with the small one. Okay, so shit, it is actually in that direction, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the cables. That's kind of what I'm worried about. And it actually does have a weight limit, as you can see. So the elevator starts off with a weight. and that's how much it can handle. This is the small one, of course, and then if we step on, it takes into account our weight, which is 241, the total amount of weight, and I guess us as a character count for 35 pounds, which is very light, now that I think about it. Wow, we are a light character. And let's go ahead and continue laying that track, and it appears that all the track has to be powered for the most part if we do want to be able to go up. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. So, let's go ahead, power that generator, and we can step on top of this bad boy. We click E to elevate, and it starts taking us to the top. And we can stop at any point in time. So, let's say we're on our way down. Let's stop right here. There's a floor right here. That is super cool. Look at that. We can elevate, stop. You can hold for more options. We have de-elevate, elevate, another de-elevate, just in case. You never know when you might mess up. And yeah, kind of got controls there. And really, a lot of cool things. It seems that we've stopped on top of the electrical cable intersection now that we went over it. So that's kind of glitchy, I guess, but nonetheless. So that's the small one. And as you can see here, very cool the way that we elevate and just kind of do things and do our own deal. This is very cool. I actually do like this a lot. Look at that. Let's actually up our gamma so we can see a little bit more clearly. As you can see here, we're able to do some cool stuff. However, let's see how much cooler this can get once we add in some larger platforms. So let's go ahead and demolish the small one, and let's start moving in with some bigger ones. We seem to be overweight, probably from all the metal ingots involved in demolishing that. Holy crap, that's a lot of metal ingots. 8, I believe, is our medium platform. This is, of course, right here that we're showing off the medium heights. It's getting bigger. Our weight limit here is 1,500 pounds, so a little bit more than doubles, and quite a bit larger. However, in essence, it is the same thing. We elevate, we de-elevate, and we do elevator things. Really, nothing too insane, but still very cool. And if you could install this in your base, you have no more need for stairs. Your base could get that much more high-tech. And now, time for the highest tech, the most expensive, and holy mother of God, you better be rich if you're crafting this, because this is 800 metal ingots, and it is massive. That is the large platform. Look at how much space that takes up. You could probably bring dinosaurs to different floors in your house if you do it with this. And then weight capacity, 3,000 pounds. That is insane. And rightfully so, because for 800 metal ingots, I would only expect the best. And, I don't know, this is actually very cool, though, to be able to just see this and how massive it is. It's crazy. It actually stops a little bit higher because we collide with the outlet slash our machine over there from one of the mods we did a review of before. And look at that. Absolutely crazy. I just think it's so cool you'll be able to install an elevator into your house. Like, you can make mansions in Ark now. Like, mansions with elevators. That's a legit mansion. And I don't know, it's just so cool, and I cannot wait to see some of the base designs that come out of this, because it's going to be so cool to have like a loading bay, then you take the elevator up into your actual base. There's just, so much potential, but God, oh God, we're going to need a lot of resources for that potential. But that is going to go ahead and do it for me for this Ark update. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what your favorite out of the 4, I'm saying 4 because, hey, maybe you really love folders. Maybe you're like that Excel guy in the office who's like, I really love making Excel sheets. And maybe you're like, hey, I really like folders. So, you know, I'm saying all 4. What is your favorite thing out of the 4 main things added in the inventory management, the elevators, the Plesiosaur Saddle, and the Ballista over there? What is your favorite? I am very curious to hear, because these are all like relatively expensive things, and in my opinion, maybe this less so, because I don't know, I'm not a big man when it comes to, not like huge with that, but just in general, I think everything here is super cool, and I can't wait to see what people start doing with it now that it is out. It's been out for like 2 hours at the point where I'm talking right now, so people may already have a bit of a head start and be doing some cool stuff, but I believe that is going to go ahead and do it for me. So like I said in the comment section down below, let me know what your favorite is, and let me know in general what you think of this update and how excited you are, and hopefully I will be able to start covering this in our normal season series. Elevator in-house, it's going to take a lot of metal, but gosh darn it, I will try my best, and I'll make a mansion. Plesiosaur Saddle, gotta be level 80. Try my best though. Oh, speaking of the devil, forgot to mention the level we need for elevators. By the looks of it, they're around rocket launcher, auto turret, and before the miner's helmets, so they might be 60 to 65, somewhere around there. But I'm excited to hopefully start showing some of these off in the series. Probably the first thing will be the Ballista Turret, since that's the easiest, and then hopefully I could manufacture a trade for the Plesiosaur Saddle. But other than that, that is going to go ahead and do it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching the video as always, and hopefully, hold up, let's zoom in for the dramatic. See you in the next one.